Beautiful Sagittarius, welcome back to the channel, Sag. I hope you're doing amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for all your kindness, your generosity. Thank you so much. I'm losing my voice today, so bear with me. Sagittarius, let's pull on these goddess energies and see what Spirit has for you. Sagittarius. Very specific, Saggy. Okay, Sagittarius. Diana, the queen of the wilderness. The language of the natural world and its frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Fatima, the mother of I ams. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. So there you are. This Diana has the bow and arrow and has this quiver of bows here. So it is. You could be the queen of the wilderness, metaphorically or physically. Like, this is your native tongue. You speak on the frequency of caringness and of love. Love is your lineage, and you could be that you are a messenger. Now let's see. White buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass, my path of love is my true abundance. Viragogini, or something like this. Don't forgive me, I can't pronounce that. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Akilanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Oh my God. Freya, the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely, and I only will say yes when it is a holy hell yes. When I am absolutely 100% certain. So it is Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I always trust my soul's divine timing. I'm only saying yes when I'm absolutely correct. I will use my discernment, my wisdom, and I'm only saying yes when I am absolutely 100% sure, certain. I will listen to the guidance of my heart. And it's almost like it's all about your taking your power back, liberating yourself, and you're trusting yourself and your discernment, and you will not agree to something unless you're absolutely 100% certain, Sag. That could be your choices, your decisions. You've liberated yourself, and you're only going to do things for the higher good of your soul and your heart. What your heart tells you to do. What you're very discerning though, so you're not just being led by your heart, but you are also being led with discernment and love. So let's get into these messages. Some very powerful goddesses here. Yaragoni. That's how you say that, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, the essence of all Buddhas. Whoa. Sagittarius, we're talking about spirit. Sagittarius. Huh. Anticipating a battle for dominancy here. You are a nature spirit. You are coming out as the morning star, the queen of the wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love, and this is my mother tongue. You are a naturalist. You may spend a lot of time outdoors in nature or feel whole when you're in nature. It's like you're anticipating some sort of battle here. You're anticipating because you've got your bow and arrow here, Sag. It's almost like someone wants to dominate you. This is a warning. It's like just letting things roll off your back. Warning, somebody is trying to trick you here. But you have the discernment here. You have the wisdom. Like, you're doing a lot of growth. And you are protecting what is yours from what seems to be a lot of scavenging energy. Trickster energies. I'm gonna, for what it's worth, Sagittarius, when you're in this type of energy and you have tricksters around you, take it as a compliment. You know you're doing something right when you've got all this going on. You know you're doing something right. Or, quite honestly. Let's do this tarot. Someone's very immature here. Relationships. This is emotional fulfillment and balance. Harmony. Now you're only going to say yes when it is an absolute 100% when it is for like holy love, when it is for something that keeps you in balance, someone you can grow with. You've done so much growth here. I'm telling you. So warning, somebody is creating some drama, preparing for battle or anticipating a war or a battle, some kind of relationship problem. And you've got the sword of truth here, and you have the sword of discernment here. Knowledge and wisdom, Hierophant energy. Let's go, Sagittarius. Again, balance is here. Ooh, oh my God. This is wealth. Some kind of karmic justice here for you. Someone was acting very immature. Someone you're healing here. So someone was delusional or believing in some sort of like delusion. Trickster energy was around you, Sag. Someone wanted to dominate you. But this prosperity that you're building is for your liberation. It is for your liberation. It is for you. These gifts are for you. Now, you will use your discernment, but you're only going to say yes when you're absolutely certain. You are very loyal, Sag. And someone tried to, I think, bring you a bunch of burdens. I think your loyalty to people perhaps may have got you tripped up, may have got you tricked in the past. It's like now you've been gifted the gift of discernment and wisdom and knowledge. You've learnt your lessons, Sag. The Empress. You could be a prophetess. You could have the foresight. You could have the intelligence, the wisdom, the knowledge to foresee something, Sag. You could have foreseen an upcoming battle. You may have tried to warn someone of an upcoming problem. You may have tried to actually, this prophetess, you've foreseen something. Like, you're very compassionate. This is empathy. You're very loving. You're very generous. You're very warm. This is someone with a big heart and a lot of compassion toward other people. And you're very protective. And you are in the wilderness here. You are. This is, you speak the words of love, and you could be doing that in the wilderness. Like actually physically or metaphorically. Alone. Being in the wilderness. This is like... See, you're very kind, you're very loyal, you're very compassionate. And it's looked like you're going to be... What? What is this all about? Huh? This Emperor is obsessed. Planning. I guess they're grieving their new prospect. Heartbreak. What's this going on? Huh. You're very brave. You're very strong, though. You're not just empathic. You're very brave. You're very strong. I mean, if you think about the archer in the wilderness, they have the bow and arrow. It shows you very stable. And it's almost as if what? Oh my. Jeez, Sag. Like, this is for your liberation. You have the gifts of discernment. And I'm only going to say yes when it's a holy hell yes. And your native tongue is love. Hmm. You've got someone here. What I don't like about this is revenge, Sag. So you need someone who is going to be very supportive of you. It's almost like you are getting you're healing after a tower. The prophetess. These are decisions in love. King and Queen of Wands. This is completion. Someone's getting some knowledge about some kind of battle or chaos because they're very insecure about change. Somebody is very worried about love and jumping to conclusions. It's almost as if what this is for, these lessons that you've been taught, is for your liberation. These gifts that are coming to you or that you already have, this is your prosperity. This is for you. These gifts are for you so that you don't have to rely on being supported by anyone else. You're learning to be the queen of the wilderness so that you don't have to rely on being dominated by someone else. You don't have to rely. This is for your independence. This is for your liberation so that you do not have to be reliant on other people for support. It's almost like in the past, you may have been with lovers who may have wanted to dominate you, who may have wanted to control and dominate you by having finances, like not wanting you to control your own finances, not wanting you to have control of your own life. And you're being taught that you are quite comfortable alone. Like you can live in your own skin. You can operate your own life so that you don't have to be reliant on anyone else to do that for you. Wow. See? It was to control your finances or wanting to control your financial growth. You've prophesied something, Sagittarius. Now this is happiness. If you have any suspicion whatsoever, Sagittarius, that someone is out to do you harm, or is out to do your children harm, or your family harm, you will not hesitate to use that bow and arrow. You will not hesitate. You will protect. You will. And it's almost like it's like you're being prepared for battle. It's like made you the warrior that you are. It's like spirit toughening you up. I'm just saying, you're like, I can hear you, Sag. You're like, I don't need any more toughening up. I don't need any. But that's what this is saying. All these experiences that you have had has only made you for your liberation, so that you don't have to be codependent on someone, or that you don't have to be dominated by someone, that you can live your own life freely, that you're not going to have to be at the mercy of someone else, emotionally, financially. And you are only going to say yes when you are absolutely 100% convinced within your own heart and within your own mind. Wow. Like, it's looking like before you may have like gotten into relationships just because you love people, or you know what I mean, but then people dominated you in one form or fashion of the other. Because of your loving nature, because of your good heart, because of your empathy. That's what got you where you are, though. Like, these are like curses and blessings at the same time. What you thought were curses were actually building you, building your character, building you stronger. So it's like your enemies who tried to dominate you actually did you a favor, because now you're going to be, you either are, or in the near future you're not going to have to rely on anybody. You're not going to have to like grovel. You're not going to have to like fight for every dollar, fight for every. You've liberated yourself and you're putting yourself in a position where you do not need to be reliant on anyone. That you can be self sufficient and be comfortable alone and be comfortable on your own. And you don't have to be in the position where you have to rely on other people for help or support. You know, the only thing you may need is like someone else to you're very loyal, Sag. Okay, you're truly a loyal person. And you are loyal to those you love. And you speak words of love. And you speak words of kindness. You're very a kind soul. And that seems to be your blessing. Like your kindness and your empathy, what you thought possibly was a curse. You know, I've been taken advantage of. You don't see it that way. You don't see it that way anymore. You see it as a way to say, look, you know, I put my heart out there. I got it broke, but it's made me stronger. It's made me wiser. It's made me grateful for what I have and the people around me that I do love. It's showed you who your friends are and aren't, who truly supports you and doesn't and didn't, and those who did. And it's like your spirit is saying, it's like you prophesized something. You prophesized. And now you're learning to trust your own instincts, learning to trust your own intuition. And listening to it. You've made a lot of achievements. It's almost like you are prophesizing something right now, Sagittarius. Spirit saying you're prophesizing something else in the near future. You are prophesizing something to come. You are foreseeing some sort of problem. And they're saying that you're correct in whatever you're prophesizing. You're correct in what you're prophesizing. Like you're foreseeing some sort of problem ahead. It could be for you or for someone else. You are blessed with the gift of foresight and discernment. And it's because you're being kind. It's because you're being generous. It's because you are speaking words of love here. And Someone is being very immature around you. They're being very immature. They do not have the gift of prophecy. They cannot prophesize the way that you can prophesize. And you're trying to warn somebody. You're trying to warn someone about some kind of near future problem that they may have. And they're being immature. They're not listening. They are someone's being very stubborn and bullheaded. It's like they want to dominate. It's like they um it's saying protect your own growth. Protect what you have built. Protect your own growth. Because you're trying to warn someone here of an upcoming event. It's an upcoming event you're trying to warn someone about. And they aren't listening. And then when the shit hits the fan, it's almost like they try to come in and trick you and dominate you somehow. And Spirit is saying, say yes only when it is affirmed 100% that they cannot trick you out of something. Like you're trying to warn someone and you're trying to say what your prophecy is or what your foresee coming. You're trying out of lovingness and kindness and loyalty to warn someone. But they won't hear you. They're not listening. And it's almost like at the final hour when they realize that you were trying to warn them all along, or that your prophecy is coming true. Whatever you prophesize, it's not for you, Sagittarius, it's for someone else. And you're lovingly trying to warn them about an upcoming situation, and they refuse to hear you. They refuse to believe you. But then when it happens, they come to you, but they're in the trickster enemy energy. It's like they come to you needing your help or needing your support. And the Spirit is saying, protect your own growth, protect your own nest egg. It's predicting some kind of event, upcoming event, Spirit's saying. It's an upcoming event. And you make sure that you're not taken advantage of here, Sag. So that's what the guides are saying, to make sure that you're not going to just be because you're loyal, because you're caring, because you're showing empathy, does not mean that you have to sacrifice whatever you got going on to assist. You're going to have to let somebody learn. They're being way too immature here. They're being, oh boy, some kind of karma coming about. And you have a lot of growth. And it's like you have a lot of empathy for someone going through a rough time, or you're showing empathy towards someone who you really don't want to see someone go through a tower, but you're going to have to let them because they're not listening. It's like you love them, you have empathy for them, but it's telling you to secure this wealth or this financial independence. And it's more than financial independence, it's emotional independence, it's spiritual independence, it's physical independence, it's all these things. This was for you to secure your future. Someone's in trickster energy. And you've got your freedom here. And there is some kind of it's like two people. It's always showing up two people trying to dominate you or trying to like play on your emotions or something. You already know that they're doing it. You've tried to tell them something lovingly. You've tried to say something, but they don't want to hear it. It's like they're going to wait long enough till the damage is done and then come to you for some sort of support. And Spirit's saying, you got to protect your own. You have unconditional love. It's like you're still going to offer them some sort of support, but do not. Only say yes when you're absolutely 100% certain. If there is any doubt, if there is any suspicion, say no. It's like someone is coming to you for help. And they are in trickster energy. Be 100% certain before you say yes to anything. Take care, Sag.